wish all our viewers around the world a happy new year. Welcome to Mlc Tv News Hour, reaching you live from Lokoja, the state capital of KOGI. I am Fatima Yakub. The headlines: Buhari rejects NASS insertion of 6,576 projects in 2022 budget. KOGI State Governor BELLO assures security and gender equality. ASUU may resume strike this new year. And now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari says his administration remains committed to protecting Nigerians by addressing insecurity. In his New Year message to Nigerians, he said gains on the battlefield are just one aspect of sustainable victory, adding that his government knows that to fully win the war against insecurity, it must also win the hearts of affected citizens. To this end, the president said his administration is working with international partners and neighboring countries, and they will deploy multifaceted solutions that will be targeted at addressing human security at the grassroots before it leads to insecurity. Buhari also paid tribute to security agents and other citizens who have lost their lives as a result of security challenges. The president also said his administration has invested heavily in the firepower needed by the military to fight insecurity, adding that the result is evident in the surrender of hundreds of suspected insurgents. President Muhammadu Buhari turned down the decision of the National Assembly to insert 6,576 projects in the 2022 budget. Buhari said the inclusion of new provisions totaling 36.59 billion naira for what the federal lawmakers called National Assembly's project in the service-wide vote negates the principles of separation of powers and financial autonomy of the legislative arm of government. The president spoke at the signing of the 2022 appropriation bill entitled Budget of Economic Growth and Sustainability into Law at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He said he will return the act to the National Assembly for amendment as soon as the Assembly resumes to ensure that critical ongoing projects cardinal to his administration do not suffer a setback due to reduced funding. Buhari, who also signed the Finance Bill 2021, which he said is critical to the execution of the 2022 budget, said he assented to the 2022 appropriation bill to enable its implementation to commence. The president was disappointed that the NASS ignored his concern while presenting the budget in October that the fiscal year 2022 will be very crucial in his administration's effort to complete and put to use critical agenda projects, as well as improve the general living conditions of their people. Governor Bello stated it in his 2022 New Year broadcast, which was made available to journalists by his Chief Press Secretary, Onogu Mohammed. Governor Bello said in 2021 his administration made sure it provided security, unity and peace for the people despite increasing constraints of finance and other resources. He said amongst the many tribes in KOGI State, his administration ensured unity in diversity. Governor Bello then warned that while he is willing to let tribes and individuals exercise their constitutional rights and liberties, he will not let tribal agitation lead to breakdown of law and order. Every tribe in KOGI State has kith and kin in other states and are free to associate with them without threatening the territorial integrity or societal harmony they enjoyed in the state. He said in particular those individuals and organizations contriving an identity crisis among the beloved, peace-loving and industrious Basange people of KOGI State in a so-called search for a Nupe identity that was never lost should be warned. Governor Bello disclosed that the government has beamed its searchlight on them, confirmed that the activities have started to threaten the peace and security of the state, and warned them to be well advised. He said that the government will not hesitate to bring the heavy hand of the law on them if they continue. On gender equality and sensitivity, Governor Bello said his administration is very committed to affirmative action among the genders and for persons with special needs. They have worked assiduously to sustain equity for the marginalized, vulnerable and excluded. And KOGI State is today recognized. He promised to continue to be so recognized by the United Nations, the African Union, the National Council for Women's Societies, and many others as a pace setter in overall inclusiveness. That his government shall not relent. If God is merciful and grants him his objectives in the near future, the rights of all citizens, especially women and girls, and persons with special needs, will always be on the front burner for him and any government he leads. He said Nigeria is the trigger of Africa, and if Africa must free herself from neo-colonialism, Nigeria must stand up and take her place of leadership on the continent. Kogi State is the confluence of Nigeria. The administration has worked over the last 6 years to turn the state into the nation's emerging paradigm for cooperation and integration as a basis for citizens' coexistence instead of the previous divide and rule tactics which have failed the people in the past. It is a paradigm he hopes to expand and export to the larger Nigerian society as the people march into the future to build an increasingly peaceful and prosperous Nigerian society. Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahya said healthcare system reform will continue to remain one of the priorities of his government. The governor gave this indication when he undertook an unscheduled inspection visit to the ongoing reconstruction work at the General Hospital, Bajoga in Funakai local government area. Governor Inuwa Yahya was conducted around by the site engineer Al-Kashim Jaudu, who briefed him on the project status. The governor, who inspected some sections of the hospital under construction, such as the Accident and Emergency Unit, General Administrative Block, Pharmacy, Tuberculosis Diagnosis and Treatment Center, among others, expressed satisfaction with the quality of work he saw at the medical facility. He said given the priority his administration accords the healthcare, similar projects are currently ongoing in all the senatorial zones of the state. The governor urged project contractors anywhere in the state to ensure standard in their work. Appreciating the governor, the chairman of Funakai Local Government Council, Ibrahim Adamu Chaldu, said reconstruction and remodeling of the General Hospital, Bajoga, will surely be of great benefit not only to the people of the area but including those of neighboring states of Yobe, Borno and Bauchi. He said the over 40-year-old healthcare facility did not receive any attention until the coming of the present administration of Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahya, and as such, the people of the area will forever remain grateful for the gesture. Governor BELLO of Katsina State has urged Nigerians to expect better things coming their way in 2022, saying that the new year is pregnant with endless positive possibilities. The governor made a declaration in a statement signed by his DG Media Abdul Labran Masari, expressing optimism for better prospects for Nigerians in 2022. The Katsina State Governor said 2022 will be the last full year President Muhammadu Buhari and some state governors will be calling the shots as helmsmen. There will be a more purposeful in government's effort at the two tiers to make Nigeria less stressful for compatriots. Specifically, he assured that the fight against insecurity would witness a more determined approach which will leave no room for the criminal's breath. The governor, who lamented the challenges posed by COVID-19 and banditry, promised that his administration would pull out all the stops to ensure that the year 2022 signposts the total end of banditry in the state, adding that the expectations of the citizens will be substantially met, especially in the area of security. He, however, called for more support to and cooperation with the government, especially at the center, to enable it to record more successes in the new year. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, has said the 30 billion naira revitalization fund and 22.5 billion naira earned academic allowance totaling 52.5 billion naira released by the federal government is not enough to deal with challenges facing the university system. The ASUU president, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, noted in an interview with newsmen, said that there was a possibility that the union would still go on strike unless the government addressed its demands, including the 2009 agreement. The federal government had said it paid lecturers 30 billion naira revitalization fund and 22.5 billion naira earned academic allowance. It noted that it had made some progress in implementing the memorandum of understanding the government reached with the union. Osodeke described the fund released by the government as a token payment, adding that it was not enough for lecturers to change their minds on the suspended strike. He therefore asked the federal government to address the issues concerning the integrated payroll and personnel information system, which the union rejected, and asked to be replaced with transparency accountability solution. He also said that renegotiation and resuscitation of universities had not been addressed. The union suspended its 9-month strike on December 24, 2020, after its National Executive Council met over the understanding the union had with the federal government. Speaking on the 52.5 billion naira fund, Osodeke stated that there is an agreement and they want them to implement the agreement. They said the issue is not about the money, but the issue of renegotiation, the issue of resuscitation of the universities, and the issue of UTAS. The union said it's not only to throw a little money and think the challenge has been resolved. Osodeke stated that the planned strike in the new year was a possibility, adding that the union decided to shelve the strike earlier because the Nigerian Interreligious Council intervened and promised to prevail on the federal government to implement the agreement. The Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, FCT, has called for the immediate and unconditional release of Nelson Omonu, who was whisked away in a commando style by security operatives believed to be working on the orders of Katsina State Governor Aminu Bello Masari. Omonu, who was picked up in Abuja at the early hours of January 1, 2022 and taken to Katsina in a most inhuman manner without prior invitation, works for Summit Post newspaper in Abuja. In a statement released on Sunday, jointly signed by Emmanuel Obeche and Ochiaka Ogu, Chairman and Secretary of NUJ FCT Council respectively, the union noted that if the governor holds it strongly that he has been maligned or defamed, he should approach a court of competent jurisdiction to seek redress rather than resorting to abuse of power and brute force using the police. You're still watching MLC TV. We will be back after a short break.
Malachite TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose MLC TV. Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV. With entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. The national leader of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Tinubu, will contest in 2023 presidential elections. This was disclosed by the Director General, Bola Tinubu Support Group Management Council, Abdulmumuni Jibrin Kofa, speaking while conducting what he termed International Press Conference to start up the 2022 new year. Kofa, who is a former House of Representatives member, said Tinubu's presidential contest is a done deal. He said in his position as the DG Highest Management Campaign Council of Bola Tinubu, which is overseeing over 2,000 other APC National Leader Campaign Council. He said he has the full authority and mandate to say that Tinubu will go for presidency in 2023. Kofa, who described Ekiti State Governor Kayode Fayemi and the Vice President Osibanjo speculative presidential contest as a huge joke, which is going nowhere, added that Bola Tinubu will certainly be in the presidency comes 2023. He said Bola Tinubu has the pedigree to go for the presidency. He has an edge over any other person, be it in APC or PDP contesting the presidency, and he bets by the year 2023 that they will see Tinubu in the villa. The opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP, has dismissed All Progressive Congress, APC-led government's performance claim in 2021 as ruled out by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed. The PDP described it as a litany of lies. Debo Ologunaba, PDP National Publicity Secretary, in a statement challenged the President Buhari-led government to name one landmark project it conceptualized, commenced, and completed in the last 6 years. The PDP, however, believes that Nigerians will not hold back in pronouncing verdict on the APC in the 2023 elections through their votes. The statement, while questioning the performance claims, said such can only be a product of delusion of grandeur, a joke of the year. Kogi State Ebira people have been called to keep the culture and tradition to build a society with identity. The coordinator of Ebira Carnival and other well-meaning Ebira made this call during the 11th edition held in the city of Okene. It was an opportunity to project different dance steps identified with Ebira people. Our reporter has more.
The Carnival of Cultures, also known as Ebira Carnival, consists of cultural performances featuring music, songs, and dance from around the world. This festival not only celebrates cultures but also celebrates societal identity. It aims to create the attraction that would cause a global attraction, with thousands of audiences attending annually to promote the culture and heritage of the Ebira speakers in Kogi Central and play host to cultural troops from within and other parts of the world where Ebira are mentioned. The coordinator, Suberu Onimisi, called for more supporters from all angles.
And the Ebira Carnival, and it belongs to the Ebira people. So it's a collective effort. It's not a one-man effort, as you can see. So it's an Ebira Carnival. Just like you know, the economy is touching hard, and it's also touching hard on most of those organizations that are supposed to support us. But as we are doing our best, as we've demonstrated consistency, we hope as the economy improves, we'll be able to get more sponsorship. We've taken the carnival to a national standard.
Others who attended the 2021 Ebira Carnival said it was encouraging because it bridged the gap between the people at home and in the diaspora.
We ODNA and in diaspora have to make sure people come home and watch us. But the best thing is that we are well behaved. If we are well behaved, all of these are very easy to do. We, on my own side, I will make sure that this cultural heritage we go a long way.
This is what we do every year, and it's part of what brings me home every year. I enjoy it. I enjoy being part of it. It makes me to appreciate my culture, my roots, where I come from, and I don't want to stop anytime soon. It gives me joy being part of it. From the picnic to the main event, I'm always part of it.
I'm really overwhelmed because there are a lot of dancers and performers and masquerades, and everyone looks like they're having fun. And it's like the end of the year, so everyone is just here to celebrate before they go into the new year. I think it's really fun. I'm really happy to be here.
The Ebira Day venue of the grand finale was full of side attraction performance by different artists. Reporting for Mlc TV.
As the world celebrates New Year, the Director General Government House Administration, Lokoja Umar Oricha Shaibu, has given back all thanks to Almighty God for a brand new year 2022. He said words are not enough to express how grateful he is to God for the gift of life he bestowed on him to see yet another fresh and promising year. Oricha said those of whom God has given much divine protection, sound health, and wherewithal to enter into 2022 should know that to whom much is given, much is also required. He opined that people should not for any reason distance themselves from worshipping God by praying at all times, as that is the only way people can show God their little appreciation for giving them the gift of life. Umar Oricha Shaibu also pointed out that there is the need for people to remember the needy in their midst. He said it would be good for people to remember the needy and give to them the little that God has made available for them. The DG Government House did not leave out the important aspect of prayers for Kogi State and Nigeria at large. He pointed out that, as Kogites and Nigerians, the onus lies on the people to pray for the betterment of the land, as there is no other place we can call home. Nigeria is plagued at the moment with a high rate of insecurity, and since the year 2022 is penultimate to the year 2023, when Nigerians will be electing new political office holders, people need to pray fervently for Nigeria, seeking the face of God to give them leadership vessels that will lead them on to honor. He also encouraged all Kogites to pray for him to continue to work stronger in directing the affairs of Kogi State, and also for the bright future of wearing a bigger shoe of leadership that is before him by the grace of God Almighty. Kogi State APC youth leader Mohammed Yuyu Mohammed has congratulated the Chief of Staff to Kogi State Governor, pharmacist Abdulkarim Mohammed Jamiu Asuku, on the occasion of his birthday. This is contained in a statement made available to pressmen in Lokoja. The statement, which was signed by the Director of Media and Publicity to the APC youth leader, Yabaji Mohammed, described pharmacist Asuku as a man of honor, integrity, fairness, equity, and empathy. According to the statement, pharmacist Asuku is a blessing to the state, its people, and the new direction government in view of his dedication towards ensuring he translates the programs of government to the common man. There is no doubt that, as a young man, he has won more hearts the administration with his approach to issues, which is a departure. It is therefore our prayers that God grant him long life, good health, protection, and overall wellness all the days of his life. No fewer than 21 abducted children have regained their freedom in Zamfara State, northwest Nigeria. The police said the 21 children, who include 2 females, were abducted when banditry terrorists blocked the Gusau-Funtua road that connects Zamfara and Katsina State at Kucheri village, where they abducted unspecified number of passengers from 5 different vehicles. The children are Islamia pupils who were going to their school with their teacher at Dadume local government area of Katsina State. The Zamfara State Police Command says the Islamic teacher and the driver of the vehicle are still in captivity. Now, on our foreign news. Governor Bello Mohammed Matawalin Maradun has further consolidated his pursuit for peace as he once again paid a walking visit to the President of Niger Republic, Mohamed Bazoum, on how to further secure the country's borders from terrorists. Governor Bello Mohammed, along with his Jigawa and Kebbi state counterparts, Governors Mohammed Badaru Abubakar and Atiku Bagudu, who was indisposed but represented respectively, arrived the country's capital, Niamey, on Friday, where they immediately held a preliminary closed-door meeting with the officials of the country. The team met with President Bazoum the following day, where they held another 4-hour closed-door meeting in which all the issues surrounding cross-border crimes as it affects the 2 countries were thoroughly discussed. Governor Bello Mohammed presented to the Nigerian president the document for action on where his country is required to further assist in the common fight. Governor Matawali assured the president of the total commitment of the governors bordering Niger Republic of the resolve to join hands with his country to fight and bring to an end the problem facing our people. President Mohamed Bazoum assured the governors that his country is concerned about what is happening in Nigeria and is aware of the role his country can and will play in the fight against transit of illegal weapons into Nigeria. He said that his country will continue to support Nigeria in its effort to find a lasting peace, especially from menace of banditry and insurgency. A special meeting was organized for the visiting governors with all the councillors and security chiefs of that country, where the nitty-gritty challenges that need to be addressed were divulged. The meeting, which lasted for several hours, is expected to enrich the blueprint for the comprehensive fight against the syndicate of arms trafficking. A man has been arrested after a large fire severely damaged the Houses of Parliament in South Africa's city of Cape Town. A police spokesperson said that the man was facing charges of arson, housebreaking, and theft and would appear in court on Tuesday. Firefighters worked for hours to extinguish the blaze. President Cyril Ramaphosa called it a terrible and devastating event, as he vowed Parliament work would continue Officials said the fire started on the third floor office and quickly spread to the National Assembly, the Parliament's lower house chamber. The Parliament is not currently in session because of the holidays and no injuries were reported. Brigadier Ntamdazo Babu said the suspect is also expected to be charged under the National Key Points Act, which protects sites of strategic importance. Further details were not immediately available. In a statement on Sunday night, South Africa's parliament confirmed that there had been significant damage to the new assembly wing of the building, which include the National Assembly chamber, where lawmakers sit. It is also said some offices had been severely gutted. And on sports, the Rocktown City football team has won the maiden edition of the Ibira Unity Football Tournament, hosted at Enyidudu refurbished mini stadium. The match was played between Rocktown City FC versus Ohizenyi United. The players, full of excitement, called for more sponsors of such to build younger footballers that would in future become superstars of Nigeria. Amongst the coach and team coordinator, Barrister Hassan Onuwoji also re-emphasized the need to engage more youths in sport activities. After the match, the medals were given. The local organizing committee gave awards of recognition to men and women of integrity for their commitment to building a society free of hatred and division amongst youth. Amongst the LOC members is the coordinator of the World Bank Appeal Project, Sani Abdullahi Ozomata, who challenged spirited Ibira men and women to invest in sports.
I'm sure can also bring about peace in our society, and this can also go a long way to bring about progress in our community as we look forward to some of these players playing in the international community very soon by the Spirit.
The first Ibira Unity Football Tournament was sponsored by Abdulmumini Abdurrahman, an indigene of Ibira who resides in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. The Super Eagles camp in Abuja has swelled up to 13 players with the arrival of Maduka to the camp. This shows that all the 4 goalkeepers are all in camp. The UK-based are being expected, and those from Spain. They are expected to join today and tomorrow. And now on entertainment, Matthias Ayodeji standing by.
Knocking on a heaven's door. We're knocking on a heaven's door.
On entertainment news today, it was an exciting and fun-filled atmosphere in the confluent city of Lokoja, Kogi State, as the big names and personalities in the entertainment industry from Kogi State and individuals from other sectors all turned up for JFO Live, the annual event organized by Baba Ojonogwa, popularly known as JFO, to promote the girl-child education through music and fundraising. Music and performances from artists, dance groups, and comedians spiced up the event with melodious tunes and rip-cracking jokes.
Baby, please come close. I wanna make you my wife. Baby, say I do, yeah, yeah. Baby, say I do, yeah, yeah. Let me take you go see my mama. Let me walk you down to the altar. Bro, Jeff will do that car to the thing walk.
You know what they do? When Ibro sit down, they call Papa John for performance. He come out in slippers. Wear short knicker. Come do like saying that spiritual. I can't call like this. Ibro come the fear. He say, give her 2 million, give her 2 million, give her 2 million, give her 2 million. Mama say kneel, make I pray, and I kneel. Mama pray about my bags as to the streets.
Some of the dignitaries applauded JFO for his consistency and his love for his culture.
Beautiful thing for him to think towards such direction. I learned proceeds from this event is going to the empowerment of the girl child. I think it's a commendable effort, and we are all here to support that cause by the special grace of God.
It's a brand about giving back to the society, creating an environment for a girl child education, and I think to a large extent is what the nation needs, because when you have an educated woman, you have a good nation.
The highlight of the event was the energetic and sonorous performance from the man of the hour, JFO.
As it was in the beginning, so shall it be. Where I give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will be Lord. All my brothers are here, say let's get together and be Lord.
JFO disclosed that proceedings from the show will be used to promote the education and welfare of the girl child in the state.
Basically, you know, in Africa today, all we think about is the male child. Nobody's thinking about the girl child. Male child, male child, male child. And there's a need for us to create the space for the girl child. Because in Africa, right from time, the woman is basically the foundation. The woman is what the family is all about. So if you educate the girl child, you make humanity better. And that is why we are pushing on this project to make sure that the girl child is educated, and once the girl child is educated, family is educated. Once the family is educated, the state, the nation, the continent, the world, humanity is a better place because the girl child is educated.
Awards were given to notable individuals that have distinguished themselves and have supported the girl child education. Some outstanding artists in the state were also inducted into the KOGI State Entertainment Hall of Fame. JFO has been in the entertainment industry for more than 30 years and have shared a stage with big names in the industry like Magic Fashek, Wyclef Jean, Two-Face Idebia, and a host of other celebrities. And that is all on entertainment news today. My name is Matthias Ayodeji Peter, reporting for Mlc TV. Back to our caster for more stories.
Thank you, Matthias, for the updates. Nigeria has lost prominent personalities in the last few days. One is the death of monarch and presidential aspirant. The news, the death of Ibadan monarch, has continued to attract sympathizers across the nation. Many besieged the palace to mourn the monarch. Amongst the KOGI State Governor, Yaya Bello, who mourned the demise of Olubadan of Ibadan. Obasali Adetunji, whose demise was announced on Sunday at the age of 93. The governor, in a press statement by his chief press secretary, Mohammed Onogu, reacting to the death of the royal father, described his death as a national loss, noting that Nigeria had lost another of its very important traditional father. Governor Bello noted that although his death came at a very ripe age, his role as an advocate of peace and unity will be surely missed in the state, the region, and the country at large. While he condoled with the Oyo State Traditional Council, the Oyo State government, and the entire southwest region over the death of traditional ruler, Governor Bello acknowledged that the traditional ruler had lived a life leading his people, which was a great accomplishment. The governor also extended his condolences to family of the late Olubadan, urging them to take comfort in the fact that the royal father lived a life well spent on earth. Governor Bello prayed for God to grant the late monarch eternal rest and also enable those hurt by his death the fortitude to bear such loss. He will be buried in accordance with Islamic rites. Oba Adetunji was crowned the 41st Olubadan of Ibadan following his coronation on March 4, 2016. The chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN in Kwara State, Most Reverend Paul Olawore, is dead. The CAN chairman, who was also the bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Ilorin, died at 60. In a statement by the Chancellor, Catholic Diocese of Ilorin, Very Reverend Father Daniel Iletobe, on Saturday in Ilorin, the cleric passed on to glory after a brief illness in one of the hospitals in the early hours of January 1, 2022. In his condolence message, Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak of Kwara State said it is indeed a painful exit of a prominent clergy who devoted his entire life to the service of God and humanity. He will be missed as a cerebral clergy, known for his pursuit of peace and love for all. His profound condolences go to his immediate family, the Catholic family, and the entire Christendom in Kwara State on this sad loss. May the good Lord grant him rest and comfort the family and the community he left behind. A former presidential candidate of the defunct National Republican Convention, NRC, in the aborted 1993 Third Republic, Bashir Osman Tofa, is being reported dead. The late politician died in the early hours of Monday, a family source confirmed. According to a source, funeral prayer was already being conducted at his residence at Gandu Albasa in Kano Metropolis. The politician and businessman, who was born in June 1947, was also the chairman of Kano Elders Forum. Bashir Othman Tofa was earlier rumored to have died on Friday before it was denied. And that is our news package for today. Join us tomorrow, same time, via this channel. For your daily news, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Malachite TV, Facebook, Mlc TV, Instagram, Mlc Tv 2021, and Twitter at Mlc TV. For advert placement and sponsorship, please call any of the numbers displayed on your screen. I am Fatima Yakub. Thanks for staying with us.